Thank you. Good morning, my dear colleagues, friends, and my dear students. I'm Dr. Susil Kumar Sahu, Professor and Head, Department of Computer Science and Application, and Dean Administration, the Oxford College of Science. Today, in this UG orientation program, I will be presenting about the campus life and overview of Oxford policy. Okay, so policy, especially for the students. Okay, it includes general policy, then student welfare policy, third, anti-ragging policy, fourth, admission policy, and fifth, inclusive policy. So all important regulations, policy for the student especially includes all these things. So the next slide is about what are the policy. First I said admission policy, or one of the policy for the student is admission policy. In this, the rules for the admission for the students will be elaborated. And the second, student welfare policy. Under that, we'll have to review the student welfare and determining the key issues for action and development and implementation of the students welfare actions and initiatives. And the third one, anti-ragging policy. Under that, we'll have a safe and stress-free environment. What are the plans, action plans we are having in the college campus? And fourth one, inclusive policy. It is actually a gender and sexually diverse populations in policy development towards a more inclusive form. So all these policies we have included in one book, what we call it as student handbook. So all the rules, all the regulations for the students, okay, are kept in the student handbook. Okay, my dear students, I would like to show you that the physical form of that. You can see the student handbook. This is the cover page. This is the cover page of that, and index you can find all such things is covering in this student handbook. Okay, basically it is the rules and regulations for the student, and under that you can find so many contents, serial number 1 to serial number 13. So courses offered, infrastructure, administrative regulations, then admission regulations, then evaluation regulations, then the sixth one is research development and sustenance regulations, then human resource and placement regulations, student welfare regulations. The ninth point is inclusive regulations, and 10th one is anti-harassment regulations, and next is anti-ragging regulations, then library regulations, and last one, computer usage and networking regulations. So all 1 to 13 serial numbers are there. All these contents are included in this student handbook. Okay, about all this, okay, briefly our deans and coordinators will explain you. So some of the important administration regulations, what should be presented by me, I am going to cover it in my presentation today. So coming to the next, general information, okay, to the students. So students, so first one, the college timing. Okay, here comes one point, how much punctual we are. So you know the timing of this college, okay, is from 9 to 3:30, and in between there will be a lunch break from 12:40. Okay, so for 1 hour approximately, and after that it will continue till 3:30. So this is the college timing during this pandemic and COVID-19. Okay, the timetable we have shared with you, and what are the theory classes that will be all conducted, will be handled online. Okay, and it starts from 9 o'clock. So you refer your timetable and accordingly you have to attend. Okay, and the classes will continue till further notification from the university guidelines comes from the government of Karnataka and India. Accordingly, when physical classes will start, okay, really, then the college timing will be 9 to 3:30 point. And I request all the students should come in time to the college and leave in time from the college, So that shows our punctuality. And if it is 9 o'clock, before 5-10 minutes, if you come and settle down in your respective classrooms, that shows the discipline and that shows the punctuality of us. So after that, second general information for you students, ID cards. Okay, generally the day, first day, that is inauguration day, okay, we used to issue the physical smart card and the temporary card. First we issue the temporary ID cards to all the students for a period of 1 semester. Okay, the smart card generally we issue after receiving the registration number approved by the Bangalore University, and the smart card generally we issue in the second semester. Okay, so because of this pandemic situation, this semester or this year, this academic year, so ID cards is under process. It is under process because you are not coming physically to the college to attend the classes. We will be not able to issue the ID cards. Okay, right now. But as soon as the physical classes starts, okay, I will take care that the day one itself, you will be issued this temporary ID cards. So always ID cards you should be using, and when you are entering to the campus, college campus, you wear it and come to enter into the college campus. Okay, and when you are there inside the college, anybody, maybe at the library, maybe at the principal office, maybe at the HOD office, or any authority, when they are demanding to display your ID card, you should be with that ID card and you should issue it. You should display it and show that you belongs to this college. That is what is the identity. Generally, students, what we do, we keep the ID card inside the pocket. We keep ID card inside the bag. When somebody is demanding to show it, generally it takes 10 minutes to show. Sometimes and the answer comes like, what? I have forgotten, sir. I have kept it at home. Sorry, sir. Never ever do this, because ID card is the identity for you that you belongs to this college, and proudly you should say, I belong to the Oxford College of Science. Okay, that's why always you carry your ID card when you are entering into this college campus. Then coming to the third, dress code, it should be very decent. It should be very formal. Okay, we are joining one science discipline here, science stream here, different courses of UG. Yes, that dress, your dress code itself shows that how much disciplined we are. Okay, that's why. So always the dress code will be formal. Okay, jeans are allowed, t-shirt is allowed, but it should be a decent t-shirt. Okay, there should not be any writing or so much of a picture in front of it or backside of it, all such things. Better, I should not elaborate what is the meaning of decent dressing. You better know. You are joining an UG course. What is the meaning of decent? You better know. So let us not come in such dresses so that it should not look good. Okay, for others. So that dress code should be that, and the uniform will be there for 2 days weekly. So that's Saturday and Monday, and this uniform will be white color shirt and gray color pant. Okay, so that will be issued. Okay, the once you have processed this measurement and all, then ID card, digital enrollment is over. All those things, the dress, the uniform and the ID cards will be issued to you as soon as possible. Okay, these 2 days you will be coming to the college, that is Saturday and Monday. You will be coming to the college in uniform. Other days, okay, you can come with your regular dresses. Okay, but it should be decent, a decent one. Then coming to the assembly, yes, we do have assembly here in the college premises here. So that is on Saturday and Monday also, and that will be there in the beginning of the day, morning time. Okay, we should attend. Okay, at staying in your places only, no need to come down and assemble there. Then next point is the notice board. Generally, students, we do mistake here in a study or duration of a college time. Generally, we forget we don't know sometimes also where is the notice board. Okay, if you belong to some department, definitely there are one or two department board notice board or college notice board. Always have a good practice of going there, leaving time, going there and finding out what are the important notifications have come out, and accordingly you have to alert yourself and update yourself. So notice board, always have a good practice to watch. Then we'll have The uniform I have already told you in the dress code, so that will be issued. Okay, once you come to this, physically you have to come to this college and the college will start. After that only the measurement will be taken, then after that only it will be taken care how fast possible to issue you the uniform. Then fee counters. Okay, there will be two counters, students, here in the campus. There will be two counters. One is examination fee counter, another is admission fee counter. Okay, where you have taken admission, that is admission fee counter. Okay, your admission you have taken for UG courses. There you have any related to admission related matter or any payment you have to give, then you have to do it at the admission fee counter. Okay, another fees counter is there that you call examination fee counter, which will be very near to the science principal. Okay, there that counter, any fee related to examination you will be paying. Okay, there are two fees counter in the campus. Okay, then coming to attendance and attendance rule and internal assessment rule. Yesterday, Dr. Bharati ma'am has given brief explanation about this internal assessment, okay, and attendance rule. But as administration, it is also most important thing. I have included a part of it. Just you see, we are expecting attendance 85, 75 to 85. Definitely, we also expect from you 100% attendance. So that you have to try for 100%. Okay, but it should be expected also 75 to 85. But the college mandates a minimum or university mandates a minimum of 75% of attendance students. Be careful. So it is one regular course, it's not one distance course, so that you will be attending 20%, that is fine, 30%, that is fine. Okay, I had issues of that, I had issues or I had visited some marriage functions there, here, all such things. It comes in life, but we are giving you 25% of attendance to attend, okay, such cases, such events, okay, family functions and all, and to take care of your health, okay, when you are not ill, to take leave on that. So 25% is more than enough, I think. So we should not go for or argue for anything like what other than this 25%. Okay, you should never have, students. Try to manage it. Always keep in mind. Okay, and if you see, we have here two internals per semester. We are conducting two internal assessment, okay, per semester, but because of time constraint, for the first semester, it may be sometimes one internal, okay, for the first semester students. After that, from second sem onwards, it will be two internals always, okay. And if you see this, in the first internal, no attendance constraint is there, but I told you it is always better and good that you should have 40% of attendance by that time. Although it is not a constraint, there will be no constraint or there will be no what you can say punishment for this, but always try to have minimum percentage of 40 by this first internal test. That will be helping you to maintain for the second internal percentage of attendance. That means in the second, suppose you are willing to write some re-examination or improvement examination, okay, when you are having less than 35% marks in the first internal. Suppose you got less than 35% of marks in the first internal, you can write re-examination, we call it as improvement examination for the first internal. You can write, but the condition is you need to pay the examination processing fee for it. So let us not pay this. Let us be careful enough. Let us make ourselves very much alert. Why to pay 1 rupee also to anybody, not to this college, to anybody in your life? Maybe to the traffic police, maybe to the general police, maybe civil police, or maybe to anybody else in the system. Why should we pay anything to anybody as punishment? So try yourself not to pay anything in your life as a fine. That will show how much disciplined you are in your life. That is why, so re-examination is there, improvement examination is there for any case you got less than 35% of marks. So be careful. You should always get more than 35% of marks in this first internal test. Okay. Okay. Then after this, for the second internal, there are conditions, students. You cannot, eligibility condition, eligibility criteria is there when you are going to write second internal test. An attendance of 70% minimum is required for it. Remember, a minimum attendance of 70% is required to attend second internal assessment test. Okay, otherwise penalty will be there. Let us not go for this. Let us forget otherwise penalty I have written no. Otherwise penalty I have written no. Don't see that. Don't see that. Let us know only second internal we have to attend properly, and we should have minimum attendance of 70%. That's good. That's good. Okay, so second internal, this constraint will be there, and if you see any retest is there, sir. One question comes sometimes: is there any retest for the second internal or improvement examination? Is there? I scored very less. No, there is no retest. There is no improvement examination for second because of lack of time, because of time required to go for evaluation process, because of the availability of the teachers. Because after the second internal test, very less time will be there for the final interim examination of the university. So we will be not having sufficient time to do such thing. So be careful for that. Internal test, both tests should be done very well. Your performance should be very good. Okay. And remember, for writing the second internal, 70% is not the attendance constraint only. You should also have 35%, as I said, in the first internal. Then only you can write second internal. I am clear, I think here. I am clear, I think here. Let us not misunderstand. 70% of attendance is required, 35% of marks you should have minimum have in the first internal. Then you are eligible to write second internal assessment. Okay. Then final internal assessment marks will be based on average marks of your first internal and second internal. Don't think that one internal you have done good, so that it's good. Second internal is no. That will come zero. That because it's absent. So your average internal, final internal marks will be affected. So be careful. It's not only the internal assessment marks, okay, what you have scored, but also it is also your final internal marks depends on your attendance, depends on the assignment you have produced promptly, your presentation, okay, all such things. Okay. Then internal test is mandatory. Okay, you may think I will not write it because it is mandatory. You have to write, must write it, as it is most important for you to get the overall percentage. Students sometimes they very much neglect about it, don't know the importance of this internal test. If you are scoring very good marks in internal test, your overall percentage in the UG, okay, will be definitely good. Because here you will be writing how much marks, okay, 30 marks or 40 marks like that. But university examination will 70 marks or 80 marks. So definitely here less portion, less mark you can score good. That's why your students who are getting more than 90, definitely their percentage will be more than 75 and above, okay, in the university examination overall. So that is what attendance rule and internal assessment. Then next point, students, you can see the same thing I have summarized here, the theory examination, that is first internal examination and second internal examination. What I have explained there graphically in your handbook, student handbook, point 3.4 internal examination point, there you will have this description. Okay, so 40% of attendance is required, 35% we have made it, we have amendment we have done is 35%. So first internal examination, then second internal examination 75% attendance and 35% of first internal. Sorry, this 40% is this 40%, I'm sorry student, this 40% is attendance, not scoring. Scoring in first internal should be 35%. Here it is clearly mentioned. Are you seeing this? 35%. This is 75% attendance and 35% internal score in the first internal. Okay, then semester, seminar presentation, submission of assignments, industrial visit report, all such things you have to give. And practical examination, minimum 70% attendance is required. Submission of completed practical record also in time should be done. So this is about internal examination. Welfare initiatives, okay, that will be briefly presented by our SWO, okay, today. Now, the welfare initiatives, what the college is taken to extend to the facility to the SC, ST, OBC and different other students. Okay, you can have, we have the setup and maintaining of this exclusive SC, ST books in group library. One register is there special for that, extending support to apply for scholarship, then providing relaxation in cutoff percentage as per university norms during the admission, providing special sitting arrangement for differently abled students, then providing services for scribes during examination, scribes for visually challenged during the examination time, then preference shall be given for the accommodation in the hostel for the differently abled students. All such, okay, inclusive policies we do have, okay, by following to the norms and conditions and norms of the government. Okay, all such facilities for this SC, ST, OBC and different able students is there. Next, leave rule students. If the leave is too long, prolonged love or serious illness you have, definitely after coming, you should meet your class coordinator, you should meet your HOD, you should meet principal. You have to inform this because it is a long leave for you. That should be informed to all your authorities. Whether they are permitting you or not, that depends. If they are permitting you, you can continue your classes. Absent on medical ground, medical certificates are there, but definitely it should be approved by the principal only. But it's not that you have fever for 3 days, you have some illness for 2 days, that you are producing one certificate so that it should be considered. No, if it is admitted to the hospital, it is a very serious disease. Yes, you can come with your parents or yourself after you are all right, meet your HOD, that will be forwarded to the principal. Then the principal, if it is approving, then leave will be granted. But I have told you one thing, students, 25% is given to you to cover up everything. Everything, your illness, your functions, your whatever it is, sports, whatever, examination, something else, that is 25% is more than enough. You have to manage properly, means definitely you are not going to meet any problem related to this attendance in this college. Okay, then marks will be awarded for attendance, you know that. So attendance, internal marks, when we are considering attendance, also we are considering how much more good or better attendance you have, definitely that much more score you are going to get in the internal marks. So it is important for you. No students shall leave the campus in between. When timing is 9 to 3:30, always attend all of your classes. Once the class is completed for the day, you can leave. Otherwise, don't attend some classes and after that go out or go home back. Never to have this bad practice at all. So students should always are requested to leave the campus after end of the last class. Then procedure to procure your certificates. This you see TC, transfer certificate, if you want to apply. Okay, only the payment of all dues. After payment of all dues only, the TC will be given to you. You can apply for that. Conduct certificates on recommendation of the HOD only. It will be forwarded to the principal. Then only conduct certificate will be issued to you. Then 12th marks card, degree marks card, all such things. After the final semester examination you have written, you are having fully right to take back your 12th marks card and degree marks card or something, whatever you produce. Okay, original produce, you have to take it back. After the payment of all dues only, that will be done. After the payment of all dues, maybe library dues, tuition fee dues, whatever, all such dues will be clear, means then only you can get it back. Then the other qualifying certificates, whatever you have submitted here during admission and all, claim should be done at least within a year. Do not delay. Students are there 5 years, 10 years, they don't, their list goes about, take back their originals, what they have submitted during the admission time. What is this? Your original certificates, they are important for you. So take it within 1 year. After leaving the college, take it within 1 year. And here one point is issue of certificates. Ordinarily it takes 24 hours. It may not take also, but we are officially requesting you, give us 24 hours ordinarily a notice of that. Definitely we will process it to issue the certificate. Yes, some certificates they wanted by post because it is risky so much, because there may be a loss or something damage during the transfer. Okay, so college will be not responsible students for this. Better it is important for you. The original certificates you are going to collect it from the college. Come personally. Okay, that is the best way. Come personally and take your certificates and go. Max card certificates, whatever. So then no certificate in the hands for of your friends or family. So if you are authorizing something, okay, somebody that yes, so and so is authorized by me to, we may give, if finding out it is the proper way it is done, or authorization is done proper way, then we may give, but it is not a good thing for you. Never do it. Yes, cleanliness is most important, students, nowadays. Okay, so this slide I will not talk. I'll just display. I'll just display. Okay, because regarding this, no, you can teach me now. There's nothing to tell from my side. At this moment of point in pandemic situation like this COVID-19, I am not able to speak anything about cleanliness. All of us are well known about it. Okay, so please read out what are the little bit things. It's not related especially for the COVID-19. Okay, but definitely we should always be safe, and we should always be taking care of this for our health. Okay, after this pandemic or COVID-19. So always be clean, neat and clean. Okay, maintain your hygienic condition of your health. Okay, so all such things. After this, celebrations, no birthday celebration, students. No, 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 no. No birthday celebration in the college. There's a better place you can celebrate. Okay, and you will get more enjoyment there also. So do not celebrate birthday celebration inside college. Then no programs. Okay, any events without prior permission of the principal. Okay, you need to take permission from the principal. The principal madam is permitting, then you can book the auditorium if you want in advance. Okay, because there are more than how many days are there, more than that, celebrations or events programs you do conduct. You do not know, because it's not just the curriculum we are completing, it is beyond it. Understand? We are having especially not only a timetable, but also there is a special calendar of events. Okay, curricular, extracurricular, all other things. Okay, it is covered with full of that. So auditorium is a must. So events will be conducted, but when you are conducting, prior permission from the principal is a must. Okay, so parking regulations. Some of the parking regulations I would like to tell you. This, see, it is allotted time is 8:30 to 5. There's a parking space. You can park your vehicles. Okay, within this timing, 8:30 to 5. Then college will not be responsible. Students, be careful for any kind of damage to your vehicle, because we do not take care. Okay, there is one bike, and near to that only you are keeping. There is no space. Forcefully you are parking your vehicle, and when the vehicle nearby your vehicle kept, then he is removing it. It may fall. Your vehicle may fall. Scratches may be coming. So be careful when you are parking. Sufficient space, left side, right side, it is there or not there. Okay, keep safely, put your main stand. Okay, if it is two-wheeler, okay, and take care of your bike, so that there should not be any damage to the vehicle. Then students are expected to pay parking charges. Okay, then only they will be serious. Okay, how to keep it properly, and there should not be any this thing, what misunderstanding about us, that if I have kept properly, he only didn't kept properly. Why my vehicle is damaged? Who has to pay for it? Nothing like that. Keep make sense. Okay, have sense when you are parking your vehicle. See left and right, and keep it properly. Nothing is going to happen to your vehicle, but there is one payment you have to make monthly. Okay, one watchman will be there. He will take care of your parking of your vehicle in proper way, and every month you have to pay this. Ragging is banned, which is the main and important thing. Okay, about of my presentation. After this, I think it will be closed, but it is very much important, students. This matter what I am going to tell you. Ragging is banned, and it is one punishable offence actually. According to Indian Penal Code, okay, Penal Code, it is one punishable offence. Never ever do or try to do or dream to do also. Very serious actions will be taken. Very serious actions will be taken against such people. So that's what, be careful. Undertaking from students, undertaking from the parents will be taken regarding this. Okay, once you'll be informed about it, the form will be going online. Okay, it will be sent. Okay, when you are coming physically here, you have to fill it and come to the college so that okay, this undertaking will be kept with us, and when you will be senior next semester or next year, then you never ever try even to do any type of writing to anybody in the campus. And your seniors also will follow the same what I am speaking now. Okay, so there is no ragging here. It is a ragging free campus. Okay, never ever fear about any case found. Principals shall impose punishments based on the report given by the anti-ragging committee. And this is the committee. You will be knowing when physically come. Personally, I'll introduce them. Okay, we'll have awareness program about it if the time permits. Okay, and you will be knowing all these members. And these are the punishments for ragging students. Okay, I'll be concluding within 2 minutes. Please permit me. So, expulsion from the college or hostel, suspension from the class, then debarring from the representation of events and examinations, fine with public apology, then prosecuting for criminal offense, filing FIR also with the local police if required, then embossment of marks cards. Yes, your career will be spoiled, student. Embossment of your marks card, degree certificate, passport, etc. and etc. Okay, then college punishment is if it is collective punishment sometimes because nobody is agreeing. A group of students have done some mistake, nobody is agreeing. That sometimes it may come with collective punishment. So all such punishment is there. So let us not think about it. Let us not dare about to do it. So this is the ragging helpline number. Okay, always have this number. If you are threatened by somebody physically or mentally torturing or whatever it may be, you feel it is a kind of ragging, please inform us. Do when you are coming physically here, do inform us. Any members are ready to help you regarding this. Okay, so be confident. Nothing is going to happen because you may not be knowing if ragging may be there. It is Bengaluru, this, that, all such things, and ragging may be there. So parents may be very much scared about it. Nothing. We do care for this. There is no ragging cases at all. Okay, come happily when physical classes started. The college is waiting for you. We are waiting for you for again to welcome you. The atmosphere will find very fantastic. Nothing problem will come. If at all anything is there, you sense also, please do come. We are ready to help you. And at last, I thank all of you for attending this presentation patiently, and I thank all my colleagues and friends, teachers and head of the departments who are attending this. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.